Welcome to academic e-learning. Today we are going to see the subject problem solving and Python programming. The subject code is GE8151. It is under the regulation 2017 and it is common to all the branches. And now we are going to see the little introduction about the unit 1. In unit 1 we are going to see what is a Python program and how we can represent the logic, and there are three different ways of representation of the logic. One is the algorithm, and next one is the pseudocode, and next one is the flow chart, and this is coming under notation. Okay, so in first unit we are going to see these notations in detail, and the second most important topic is the building block of the statements. That is, whenever you are going to write any Python program, it must consist of any one of this building block. There are four building blocks. One is a statement, and second one is a state, and third one is the control flow, and the fourth one is the functions. Okay, in examination point of view, this control flow is going to play a major role. There are three flow of execution. One is the sequence, and next one is the iteration, and next one is the selection. Okay, and the third important topic in the first unit is simple strategies for developing the algorithms. Already I said iteration is coming under the topic control flow, and also we are just going to see in detail about the recursion. Okay, and they are also given some illustrative programs in unit 1. There are four illustrative programs. One is the finding minimum in a list, and second one is insert a chord in a list of sorted chords, and third one is guess an integer number in a range, and fourth one is the Tower of Hanoi. Okay, so in my further videos we are going to see all this topic in detail. Okay, today we are going to start the first topic. The first topic is algorithm. Okay, so what is algorithm? So here we are having two definitions. One is algorithm is a step-by-step procedure for solving a problem. So first we need to know what is algorithm. See, in general, whenever you are going to write the program, first thing is we need to think of the logic. Okay, that is how we can find the solution for the problem. So these logic, after finding the logic, then we have to represent the logic. So these logic can be represented in three ways. One is algorithm, and second one is the flow chart, and third one is the pseudocode. So now you know what is algorithm. So what is algorithm? Algorithm is nothing but representation of the logic, or simply you can say it is the logical sequence of instructions that is used to solve the problem. Okay, and the second definition is so the algorithm is going to take some input and it is just going to produce some output. So what is the input? It can accept a value or a set of value as input and produce a value or a set of value as output. Okay, so this is the simple introduction about the algorithm, and next we are just going to see about the properties. So here they are mentioning 5 properties. One is input specified. So what is this? That is whenever you are going to write algorithm, this algorithm must have an input. Okay, not all the algorithms are going to take input. Some algorithms may not take the input, that is have 0 or more inputs. Okay, and second one is output specified. That is all the algorithms must produce output. That is the solution of the given problem. Okay, and second one is definite. That is algorithm is a set of statements or set of instructions. Okay, all these instructions must be written in English like sentences, and it must be very clear. Okay, and second one, and the fourth one is effectiveness. That is, all the algorithm must be working in very effective manner. That is, the instruction should not be repeated. Okay, and the last one is finiteness. That is, already I said algorithm is a set of instructions. Okay, so that is, we need to have the finite number of steps or finite number of instructions for an algorithm. So this is about the property, and next one is quality. that is here we are having three factors that are going to find the quality of an algorithm. So one is the time, and next one is the memory, and next one is the accuracy. So what is time? Whenever you are going to execute a program, it is going to take some amount of time. Okay, so lesser the time taken means better the algorithm is. And second one is the memory. It is also same thing. Whenever you are going to execute a program, it takes some amount of memory space for the storage of the programs. Okay, so lesser the memory space is required means better the algorithm is. And the last one is the accuracy. So what is this? See, for a given problem, you are having multiple number of algorithms. Okay, so all these algorithms are going to produce a correct result, but among the correct result, only few are very accurate. Okay, so the algorithm that are producing the accurate results are going to be considered as the suitable one for the problem. Okay, so this is about the quality. So in this we are going to see the definition of the algorithm, and we had seen the properties of the algorithm, that is input specified, output specified, definiteness, effectiveness, fitness, and also we had seen the three factor to qualify the algorithm. Okay, and next we are going to see next we are going to see the characteristics. Okay, so the characteristics is also the same thing, that is one is well ordered, that is the instructions that are present in the algorithm must be well ordered. And second one, it is unambiguous. Unambiguous, it is nothing but it is very unique and also it is very clear. And second one is effective computational operation. Already I said all the algorithms must be working in a very effective manner. And next one is input algorithm. We need to specify some input for an algorithm. And second one is all the algorithms must has a result, and it also takes a finite amount of time. Okay, so this is about the characteristics of an algorithm. And next we are going to see one simple example. That is, we are going to write an algorithm to compute the larger of two numbers. Okay, so here I am writing the algorithm. So before seeing the algorithm, already I said whenever you are having the problem, you have to think of the logic. Okay, so I am going to write the logic. So see, so what is the problem? Problem here is largest among two numbers. Okay, so first one, whenever you are going to write the algorithm, the first step must be the start. Okay, and second step must be you are just going to you have to specify the input. Okay, so what are the inputs you are needed? So whenever you are going to read two numbers, or you are going to find the largest among two numbers, therefore obviously the input is two numbers. So one, I'm just going to take A, and next I'm just going to take B. Okay, so I'm going to give some input for A and I'm going to give some input for B. Okay, and third one is, if A is greater than B, I'm going to print A is greatest. Okay, else if this condition is wrong, mean I'm going to print B is greatest, and I'm going to stop. Okay, so this is algorithm. See, let's say I'm just going to give some value for A. I'm going to give value for A is 10 and value for B is 5. Okay, so just trace this. So if what's the value of A? A is 10. 10 is greater than 5. Yes, the condition is correct. Therefore, what's the output we are getting is A is greatest. Okay, then this part is not at all executed, and finally we are come to this statement. So this is stop. Okay, so I am just going to write the algorithm for this. So first thing is, so first step is start, and second, already I said algorithm has the simple English sentences. You have to write the algorithm in English. Okay, so I'm just writing some English sentence. Read the numbers A and B. Okay, so here for input, for whenever you are just going to give some input, you have to specify some keywords like read or get. Okay, so in later classes we will see it in detail. And the third step is, if A is greater than B, we are just going to print A is the greatest, else we are just going to print B is the greatest. See, in case, imagine I'm just going to give the value for B is 50. So in this case, what will be the output? So if A, what is the value of A? 10. 10 is greater than 50? No. So this statement is not executed. We are coming to the else part. So what's the output we are getting is B is greatest, and next one is top. Okay. And next we are going to see the advantages and the limitations, or that is the disadvantages. Okay. So first advantage is it is always very easy to understand. Okay. And second advantages, from the algorithm you can write the program. That is, it is always very easy to write the program from the algorithm. And third one is independent of programming languages. That is, first thing is you have to write the algorithm for the problem, and then you can implement this algorithm in any programming languages like C or C++ or Java. Okay, that is, it is independent of the programming languages. And the fourth one is helps to debug the logical sequence which is used to solve the problem. That is, this algorithm is also used for finding the errors. So debug is nothing but finding of errors. Okay, that is, you are just writing some algorithms, and also you are just converted that algorithm into the program, and you are going to run the program, but you are getting wrong output. Means you can just trace the logical sequences of the algorithm, and finally you will get the output. Okay, so this is about the advantages. And the last one is the limitation. There are two limitations. One is there is no particular rule or the procedure. Okay, that is, whenever you are just going to write the algorithm, you have to write it in a simple English sentences. You are not having any particular rule or the procedures to follow. Okay, and the second one is it involves more repetition of writing work. Already I said you have to write sentences, right? So before the completion of the program, you have to write so many sentences to make the algorithm. Okay, so this is about the first topic, that is the algorithm. See, from this topic in examination point of view, I just want to tell some points. In 2 more questions, they are asking what is an algorithm. Okay, or they may ask, they are also asked in the previous year also, they are asked the qualities. Okay, how to measure the quality of an algorithm. So you have to write time, memory and accuracy. Okay, and also they are saying list the properties of an algorithm. In case if they are just asking only list, means you have to just specify the title. Okay, and also in some examinations they asked about the characteristics of the algorithms. Okay, and in 2 marks they are also asked mention the advantages and the disadvantages of the algorithm. Okay, so from this topic 2 mark questions are repeatedly asked in the university examinations. Okay, hope you all are very clear with this concept. Thanks for watching.